Now let us learn more about resistivity. I already told you that resistivity is also called specific resistance of a material. So the resistivity of a given conductor is directly proportional to its length. It is inversely proportional where rho is a constant called the resistivity of the material. It is equal to, rho is equal to R into A by L. The unit of resistance R is ohm and the area of cross section is A. So now resistor is a device which provides resistivity to a circuit. Resistors can be connected in two ways. It can be connected as series or in parallel. Now what do we mean by this series and parallel? This is resistors in series. This is resistor 1. It starts from here, gets over here. Wherever R1 gets over, the same place R2 will start and get over. Wherever R2 gets over, R3 will start and get over. So the back-to-back connection, one gets over, the other starts. The other gets over, the other starts. Back-to-back connection of resistors is known as resistors in series. When we look at resistors in parallel, the electricity current comes out from the positive terminal. It comes here. Then this current I splits into I1, I2 and I3. It splits into three different currents. Then each current individually moves into each of the path, and then it all adds up and comes out as a common I again. So the current that is going in splits into three parts depending upon the resistor. If this R1 is more, if more resistance, less current. If resistance is less, then the current is more. So the I will split into three branches, and then they will all combine and join back into the common branch and come back. So this is resistors in parallel. All have the same starting point, all have the same ending point. Resistor in series, first one starts and ends in between, then again the second one starts and ends in between, and so on. So this is resistors in series and this is resistor in parallel. So now we talk about resistors in series. When two or more resistors are connected end to end consecutively, they are said to be connected in series. According to the law of combination of resistance in series, the combined resistance of any number of resistances connected in series is equal to the sum of the individual resistances. So total resistance in series, R total is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 and so on. We will be dealing with sums in the last video of this chapter. So then I will be showing you how can we apply all of this in terms of sums. Now we talk about resistors in parallel. So when two or more resistors are connected in between the same points, they are said to be connected in parallel. According to the law of combination of resistance in parallel, the reciprocal of the combined resistance 1 by R is in the denominator, so it's reciprocal. The reciprocal of the combined resistance of any number of resistances connected in parallel is equal to the sum of the reciprocal of each. So 1 by R total in parallel is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on. When a number of resistances are connected in parallel, then their combined resistance is less than the smallest individual resistance. We will deal with the numericals and then probably this topic will get better for you. So resistors in parallel, total resistance 1 by R total is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Now we talk about the differences between parallel and series connection. In parallel connection, the benefit is if one electrical appliance stops working, then all the other appliances will continue working normally. The other appliances will not get spoiled. In parallel circuit, each appliance has its own switch which can be turned on and turned off separately. Each appliance gets the same voltage as the power source, equal voltage distribution in parallel connection. But in series connection, if one appliance stops working, then all the other appliances also stop working. All the electrical appliances have only one switch, due to which they cannot be turned on and off separately. And in series circuit, the overall resistance of the circuit increases, due to which the current becomes low, and the appliances do not get the same voltage as in the power line. So by looking at these two students, you can easily make out that parallel connection is a much more preferred connection in our household circuits. So when we are doing connections at home, we should always, and always, all our house connections are through parallel connections. During weddings, during any celebration, when we put those serial lights outside our house, then the name serial lights comes from the word series connection. So there the bulb, each bulb is connected to the other bulb in series. Even if one bulb gets spoiled, the whole cuddy of lights gets spoiled. So that is present, that's a series connection example. So that's why those are only used as decoration lights, and they cannot be used as this kind of connection cannot be done at home. But parallel connection is done in all the other places, in homes, offices, schools, everywhere they use parallel connection. Now we talk about the heating effect of current. So electric current can pass through, so when electricity passes through high resistance wires such as nichrome wire, the resistance wire becomes very hot and it starts releasing a lot of heat. So this heat that is released out is called the heating effect of current. So what are we saying? That whenever electricity is passing through a bulb, through a torch light, through a tube light, in all of this, after you put off the light and you go touch the light is very hot. Now why is the light hot? Because what they're saying is, when electrical energy, when electric current is getting transformed into light energy, at the same point of time a lot of heat is also released out. So when electrical energy gets converted, it gets converted into light energy as well as heat energy, and this is called the heating effect of current. Moving forward, we now talk about Joule's law of heating. In this law of heating, we say let an electric current I flow through a resistor having resistances equal to R, the potential difference equal to V, the charge equal to Q. So the work difference in moving the charge will be V is equal to WQ. Since this charge flows at time t, the heat produced will directly be proportional to the square of the current, resistance of the wire, and the time for which current is passed. So according to Joule's law of heating, H is equal to I square RT. Heat produced is equal to square of the current, I square RT. So heat H is equal to I square RT. So here we talk about the electrical energy that we talk in houses. So how do we get our electric bill? How do they measure current at home? All of this will be seen in this slide.